Welcome to another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations. I'm your host, Dominique, aka Tender Loving, St. Angeles, whatever you want to call me. This week's episode is not sponsored by Maker's Mark Whiskey. And I'm just going to keep drinking different types of whiskey until I get a sponsor for my show.
Okay.
That voice is one of my college friends. I actually have two college friends on this week's episode. I have Anna at the bottom, and I have Alex to my right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. These
Hello.
curators of the lovely blog, Issa the Barker. So I want to welcome y'all. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So much.
So let's talk about your blog. I want to know where the name, how it came about, because I was trying to I'm like, maybe it's certain initials. What's the concept? And tell everybody what your blog is about.
Yeah, so the Barker is the first three letters of my last name and then the last three letters of Anna's last name. So we just put that together and made the Barker. It's a media blog. I think when we started thinking about it, we used to really like the blogs like YBF, Young Black and Fabulous, Concrete Loop, Nicole Bitchy. So we just came up with the idea we could do that too. And so those blogs inspired us to create the Barker. And it's just a blog of our thoughts, kind of like our mood board, what we're going through that day. We talk about relationships, dating, try to stay up with the news, current news, and things like that. So all entertainment, all around blog.
That's so dope. R.I.P. to Karma Loop and Concrete Loop and Nicole Bitchy.
Yeah, that just told our age too.
A little bit.
I was like, oh, I forgot about all these places.
I know.
Yes.
I think YBF is still up and running.
YBF is still thriving.
And then Nicole Bitchy is under a different name, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's really dope. Make sure at the end, I'm gonna make sure I get the site, everything, how we could drive business there.
Okay.
Are y'all looking for people to contribute? It's always people looking and sending messages. Do you do this, or do you know anybody that does that? So I can plug everybody together so we can get this money.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Together. Speaking of love, life, and relationships.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
By the time this airs, we will be about 2 weeks removed from the series finale of Insecure.
Yes.
I wanted to bring some amazing Black women together, us, and dissect Insecure, the last episode, the last season as a whole. I just literally sat and watched the first episode and I watched the last episode to see how it all kind of tied in together. I want to know how y'all feeling. Are y'all feeling fulfilled? There's a lot of think pieces out there.
Right.
But Anna, you go, and then Alex.
All right.
It feels complete because we got all 5 seasons. We've been there from the beginning. But that last episode, I don't know. I'm not upset, but I'm not excited about how they wrote it. It just didn't have that climactic ending that I thought. Whether it was going to be a happy ending or sad, it was just kind of mundane.
Really? Okay. What would your perfect ending have been?
Molly getting married, that was perfect. She took a lot of hits. So she deserved that one.
She did.
But with Issa, since she was just so indecisive and you didn't know what you were gonna get with her, I wanted them to wow me with that. I didn't know what that would look like for her, but I don't know if I'm kind of unsettled with the ending. I don't know why. I'm just not really happy with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're not Team Lawrence, Anna.
I don't know. I'm not seeing anybody
Yeah.
for real. It's just her becoming a stepmama. I was like, uh.
Yeah. I would say, first off, I'm just glad that we got a finale because we
Okay.
have a lot of shows that we invest in where we don't get to see the conclusion of all of the
Yeah.
characters. So that's off the straight rip. I'm glad we got a finale. Like, we need justice for girlfriends. We don't know
Listen,
what
listen.
happened with John.
I'm in a Facebook group for girlfriends, and we talk about this shit every other day.
Yes. Seriously, like, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't even think we got an ending for Moesha. Like,
we didn't.
it was like a cliffhanger or something. So I just think about all the shows where we never got an ending. So I'm happy we got an ending. I think I'm happy that Issa made a decision because we see her throughout the show where she's not making a decision. She has all of these challenges where, you know, she's just running against herself, having a lot of self-doubt, fear, and it just seemed like she really just took control of how she wanted her life to look like. I think, I don't know if it was the episode before this one where Tiffany was like, you know, it doesn't have to make sense as long as it makes sense to you, something like that.
Mhm.
And so I
Yeah.
think she really took that and kind of ran with it. So I was happy with the ending. I actually rewatched it again, and it just, to me, it makes more sense that she
Right.
ended with Lawrence versus Nathan.
Yeah,
Um, because I think there was an episode last season where we saw them kind of getting back together. They spent the whole day together. And there
Yeah.
was even like a, I don't know if it was like a flash forward of them getting married or something like that. And so it just kind of made sense. Do you guys remember that?
I thought that might be season one.
Maybe it was earlier than that.
I
Okay,
think it
yeah.
was like season one after the breakup or something. There was all
Yeah.
these different things, and there was a kid involved, and
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
mhm,
know.
So it just kind of made sense that they kind of just found their way back to each other.
Yeah.
And I mean, life happens. Obviously, Lawrence was getting ready to move, he had a baby, and they found their way back to each other. So, you know, it may have not looked perfect, but it was perfect for them. So I liked it. And it has, the finale has a lot of replay value. Like, I watched it 3 times already. So
mhm.
I watched it. Okay, so I think actually now I have watched it 3 times because a
mhm.
lot of times what happens is after it airs and I'll listen to watch the wind down, which I'm still saving
Yeah,
this wind down because it just I haven't watched the final one because it makes it so real. Though I know that it's real, but I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, it's
yeah.
the last wind down.
Mhm.
Um, so now yes, I did watch it. I did watch it 3 times now because I watched it today. I will say it is bittersweet.
Mhm.
But I think it's dope that one, we know that Issa ends up getting engaged, though they don't show it because
Yeah.
we see the ring.
Mhm.
I think it's dope that she has let her self-doubt, all of that fall by the wayside because we don't see Mira Issa in that closing scene where
Right.
normally, it's kind of that's like the opening sequence.
Right.
And she was like, bitch, you've been fucking me up all along.
Right.
But I still feel like I feel like I'm wondering if she is feeling completely fulfilled because I feel like at the wedding there were doubts,
Yeah,
like there was something across her face because it wasn't like she wasn't happy for Molly,
Mhm.
but it was just like her really being in her head and thinking that's at least that's what I got from the facial expressions
mhm.
and kind of even her in the last scene with her and Lawrence and what's the boy named Ja? What's his real
Josh,
name?
Elijah, or something like that.
It says
Elijah,
Mustafa, Elijah,
something. Josh,
something.
something.
Is that said? I was like, damn, what is that kid name? Like, I Ja.
Yeah, it's Josh,
We
or
should
I
call
think
him
it's short for
Eli.
Elijah. I don't know.
Uh,
Okay, I guess niggas. I feel like if she was wondering if she would be completely fulfilled,
Mhm.
yeah,
and that was something like you said, like you felt like it wasn't fully authentic. It is great that we did get a series finale, but and I get it. a lot of us was rooting for Daniel to pop up. That had been her happy ending. Vernon had me so set on the happy ending that it was gonna be Daniel. I don't know how he convinced me of that, but he did. But just because I kind of feel like Daniel, yes, I understand high school, we had a crush, I feel like Daniel was kind of so opposite for her that it was almost kind of good.
Yeah.
For her, but I get it, seat fillers. But I feel like it was so many things that could have happened and we could have closed out this entire and these 10 episodes that we didn't get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that it was so much like each episode, I'm gonna be honest, should have been drama filled.
I was gonna say the first couple of episodes, it was not that entertaining. I was very underwhelmed the first couple of episodes. I don't think it started to pick up for me until like the last 4 episodes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But back to your point about Issa being at the wedding and she didn't really look fulfilled, I kind of took it as she was seeing Molly enter a new stage of her life. And of course, they'll still be friends, but I think it was just kind of like, wow, I'm really getting to see her, get married. She found the one, and I'm happy for her, but I know things are going to change. That's how I kind of took from it, from that scene. But
I guess, you know what? True. I didn't think about it from that perspective. I was thinking that's an interesting way to look at it too, because they had already been through so much. All the friends where, Molly was missing from Kelly's birthday, right. And, them just kind of being in their different stages of life. And like trying to link back up, or her trying to reach out to Molly, or trying to talk to Molly after her mom passed. It's just it be life, and like she said, life really do be life, and you have some friends where you don't take it to heart, and some friends that really do. I have. When's the last time I've been in a room with y'all? I think it was Rachel's wedding.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yeesh. And so much has happened.
How long ago was that? And then prior to that, college, for real, we might have all went out.
Right.
Maybe Nyla was in town.
Yeah.
But for real, like I'm like, I don't take no offense to nothing. And neither of y'all, like, we keep with each other on Facebook. It's like, what's up?
Right. Right.
Yep.
But it's just interesting to see, like, as we are all getting older. You just got married, Anna. Alex, what you doing?
Single.
Wow. And it's just always interesting seeing your friends enter those spaces of relationships and being married. And some people they don't know how to have friends and date. They box other people out, and their core focus is their relationship. More power to those people, because I can't do it.
Yeah. That sounds boring.
But it's just like putting things in place, trying to, we're all navigating life, and it's just also trying to make room and time for our friendships too, because we know that these people kind of help cultivate kind of who we are and where we're going in life. And I think that's one of the key things that we did learn. We saw the beauty in this friendship, the highs, lows, and those things are really real. And I think we don't talk about that enough, especially as Black women, because we are always told and taught that, oh, you're going to be my competition. This or that, and then we always look at each other. Oh, that sounds like that poem. As competitors, from Florida. But because like I think it's dope. Like I called Rachel one day, and I was just crying. I was so upset about something, and Rachel, shoot, and her fiance, they took a moment. It was just like, okay, let's talk. And like, what are you going through? What's happening? And blah 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 blah. And next thing you know, I get a package of Red Hot Ripley's to my front door. Girl.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think if let's say Insecure had a spinoff,
Mhm.
what who would be in the spinoff, and what would it kind of revolve around?
Hmm.
Mm.
I would say the spinoff will be more of the B tier character,
Mm-hmm.
more of Kelly, more of Tiffany. Um, maybe some people that we've seen throughout the series pop in and kind of just follow them with like Issa, Lawrence, and Molly in the back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
that.
I think what was his name? Lauren's friend Chad.
Yes.
Yes.
I think he's hilarious. So to see like how he would be in his daily life, like with his wife that he always talks about that we never
Never
saw.
see it.
You're
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So I think that would be pretty funny to see like what he's
Hmm.
like in his daily life and how he interacts with people.
I would
Yeah.
love to see that. Him, Kelly, and
Yes.
Amal, the brother.
Oh my God.
Oh
Yes.
I
yes.
think that would be a pretty solid show. Um,
Hmm.
and it would, like you said, it would be full of just hilarity, laughs,
Yes.
all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also maybe Tiffany, because I would like to see Tiffany, because Tiffany is the example of, on the outside, she has it all. She has the picture
Mm-hmm.
perfect family. They have money. She comes from money. They have the kid. They have the house
The
now.
house.
Mhm.
Yes. Right.
And she's miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would love to see what would happen between her and Derek too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when she was like, you know what, you would say, I like these ratchet niggas. Because I still feel like she was in that hotel room when they found her with somebody.
Mm.
Because remember, she ghosted. She was supposed to go to Issa's house to watch that show,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and when the boys went to their house, and
Mm-hmm.
she just disappeared.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And we won't talk. And I get it. Mental health,
Right.
postpartum, you're pregnant, you're feeling all these emotions. But part of me really believes she was cheating.
I thought so too. Like when
Hmm.
they went to her hotel room and she opened up the door, I for sure thought we was gonna see somebody in the background.
Yep.
Because
That
he was in the closet.
Yeah.
He was in the closet.
They kind of set it up to make you feel like something else is going on. Because it's
mm-hmm.
like we caught the whole postpartum depression and all of that stuff and what she was going through with the baby, and probably just like feeling the pressure of keeping up the facade of Tiffany.
Right, the strong
But
friend.
it felt like she was on a sneaky link, low key.
Not the sneaky
It-
link.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like for me, I feel like I would really like to. I know that the show, it was about Issa, and Molly,
yeah.
and that's the ultimate love story in this entire series.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all had some really bomb ass side characters
For
that
sure.
I feel like, even if it's not necessarily an HBO show, where they even maybe potentially tried something out in a web series,
Mm-hmm.
or something of the sort, I would be okay with that. Where it was just like, we gonna try this out. Y'all been requesting this, y'all asking for it, because everybody was so dope in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Tiffany would come back and work with them.
Yeah.
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 I listened to Amanda's podcast and just seen her chatter. I don't think so. If they gave her a call, I think she would say no, flat out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just have been so much happening behind the scenes
Hmm.
that kind of pushed things, like made things kind of awkward a little bit, because even for we hadn't seen Dro in
Yeah.
since Tiffany was pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
and you see Dro pop up at everything
Mhm.
and be invited. So I don't know if it's necessarily that she's not even invited or whatnot, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they don't get along that well outside of the show. But when I watched the documentary, I don't know if you guys watched that one. It came out on HBO Max, and they did like
Mhm.
behind the scenes. She was interacting with them, like, when they were in the middle of shooting or filming. Like she was talking with like Lawrence, or not Lawrence, but Jay Ellis and Issa. So
Oh,
maybe
his
just
name
for
Lawrence. His name Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Yes.
I'm
So
like,
maybe
that's
for
his
work.
name. That's his name, Lawrence.
Lawrence, yeah, exactly. That's who he's gonna be known as for now. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did look like that, but it's just like reading the stories, and I don't know
Yeah.
if there were things that were now maybe you would hope would be smoothed over by
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mhm.
now. Regarding like all the drama, like not being let into a party, you got invited, but then we're not gonna let you in.
Right.
And then, oh, y'all adults, y'all need to talk about it. But it's like, no, but she worked for you, so you should check that. Which to me makes sense. To me,
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, I ain't picking sides, but what homegirl, what Amanda was saying, for those listening and watching that might not know, there's been some ongoing drama
Mm-hmm.
with like Amanda Seals and I think like Issa's assistant or publicist.
I think it was publicist.
Yeah,
Publicist.
yeah.
Mhm.
And so Amanda was invited to a party. They didn't let Amanda in. She tried to ask Issa about it, and Issa was just like, "Y'all got to figure it out on your own," and they didn't let her in. That's
Yeah.
that's weird to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would love to explore for like, yeah, I'm with y'all, but low key I'm gonna say that I was hoping that Joe kind of came back sooner, and I know it's about growth,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mhm.
how he left his key, how he left the key, I just
Mhm.
knew he was gonna pop up like one more time to try to engage with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was it. I just wanted one more time.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was like one thing that I did really like when it came to the writing. I noticed that they paid too much attention to the timeline. So it felt like towards like the last season, they gave Kelly a more of a present because we've been asking for it.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like a lot of the writing within the whole seasons would kind of change up depending on what we said after the latest episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's how they kind of wrote a lot. So with the characters that we love, like the side characters, there was room for them to kind of grow within the story, but it was just so choppy sometimes. And I can tell because the masses would say something, so they're like, okay, we need to respond to that. And it's like, well, what about this character? Or, what about this girl here? So sometimes within this, like the series, I felt like it was, like I said, choppy, or sometimes it didn't make sense, or they would just kind of leave us off of something where it's meant to explore because they were paying too much attention to what we said.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah, because they said that about Lawrence. They said that Lawrence was only supposed to be in one season, but because of the dialogues that it created, look, this is supposed to be around my neck. It ain't. I was trying to wear it different today. It's uncomfortable. I'm like, look, how was y'all out here wearing it like this? It's weird. No, yeah, and I think that that was the thing that was what bothered me too. But it, when I discussed it with Barney, he was just like, well, it kind of allows us the space to create and formulate our own ideas and to have these conversations too.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, yes, because we got way more Kelly. Everybody wanted more and more Kelly, and I still feel like they was like, okay, we're gonna give y'all this little bit more. Like we're gonna give y'all a little bit more. And I mean, I was like, okay, so we're not gonna see Kelly baby. Y'all not gonna let us see what he looked like,
Right.
after.
Mhm.
And come to find out, they actually was trying to show us.
But the baby was being fussy.
Fussy. Mhm.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a nice gem for J.R. Bland to tweet out. He's the director of writer director of Giants, and that Kelly ended up being with that
Yeah.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but like you said, I felt like it would be certain things, like it was like, and I guess technically, in the end, that last episode, we did get Kelly's full circle moment.
Mm-hmm.
From her dying, and wondering like what's your purpose in life? What are you supposed to be doing? Are you, what do you want your legacy to be? So her completely doing a 180 from I don't want to necessarily get married, I don't want to have kids, and her finding her partner and saying, oh, I didn't want to just have anybody baby. I want to have his baby. So I think that is dope. But it was I'm like you. I feel like there was sometimes things maybe they did a revision after something, and maybe they edited something or they took something into consideration that next season. Whereas it's like you felt that switch up a little bit. I can't relate.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just want so much more. Rap, because we know rap shit gonna be something completely different.
Oh yeah.
No, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope Kid Fury is really in this and not just working on it. I really hope Kid Fury is in it, because he don't say nothing. He don't ever say no when they doing something and it's out in the open. He don't never say nothing. That would be my dream. I would love for Kid Fury to start in something, period.
Yes.
But I would I think it would be special if they was like, you know what, y'all, we're gonna give y'all what y'all want, we're gonna try it out and see, and create, like you said, have Lawrence and them possibly pop in. But even if they did it, I would say Issa would have to pop in more than anybody, because that's how everybody is connected.
Right.
Yeah.
Molly, but I mean, Lawrence can be at home with his white wife. But he don't put on his page because his publicist told him not to.
You know what? They started a rumor that him and Molly's character are messing around, or that they might actually be together. And I was like, where did y'all get that from? Yeah.
Really?
I don't think it's true, but yeah.
Do y'all watch Married at First Sight?
No, I don't.
No.
Oh my
God. What?
Y'all have to watch Married at First Sight. It's a new season about to come out.
Okay.
For real, you could start at the last season and the season before last, because it's just mess. But it's two people on there that's supposed to be dating in real life, and it's kind of like how I look at Lawrence and Molly. I was like, oh, I wouldn't have picked them to be together.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, and I was just like, huh, I guess.
Yeah.
But nah. I mean, like, I don't know them in real life. I just know their characters, but it's still like, nah.
Right. You never know.
You never know. But you don't have to send that link out.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to see that.
I mean, it's just so interesting when you see how people kind of date in real life. And you're just like, oh, strange. It's like a lot of, like, Childish Gambino is one of those people, but then when you see him for like growing up, and no shade, but it's like, oh, I guess it kind of makes sense, because I saw your hairline is uneven. So it makes sense. But then you just be so like pro-black and black women, but I was like, how do you go home? Let me shut up. I don't want to start nothing.
I just don't understand why he hides his wife.
I can get it. The backlash, I can get that.
Well, that's
it's kind of like you married her. You chose it.
Right.
That's because they said that the role that he's in as Lawrence, the image, how we look at him, they was like, black women gonna be upset. That nigga don't pay my bills. I'm gonna crack jokes.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna crack jokes.
But nobody really cares.
We really don't care.
We
really don't care. And I think that's the huge misconception about when it comes to interracial dating for us. Everybody think that we got some chip on the shoulder, like we give a fuck who you love and who you fucking, and that's not the case.
No.
Right. It's kind of like, I'm glad you took each other off the street. Like, we good. And I hate that, because he's placing the onus on us about how we feel about a woman that you lay up with and you chose.
Right.
We don't care.
Right.
I don't know.
I think
It's weird.
it is. It's weird to me, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, well, to me, you sound like you're not comfortable in what you're doing and who you laying up with, and
That's
that
it.
seems to happen a lot of times. And I think that men, in general, like first of all, y'all always think black women mad about something. We not.
Right. Right.
We really don't give a fuck. And if I ask you to take the trash out, I'm only asking you once because I'm gonna put the trash on your side of the bed. Keep playing with me. I only ask you one time. Just do it. But I think that they feel like, oh, we're so angry and bitter and all this stuff. I
Right.
said, no, I don't care. It's like who you like, but don't do that at the, downplay and down talk an entire race of women
Right.
because somebody cussed you out and
Second grade.
that be the thing. It be so.
Right.
That's usually what it is. Keisha broke his heart in fifth grade, so he been on demon time and trying to get us out of here for like 20 years. That has nothing to do with us.
Right.
Sir, go to therapy.
And that be my answer to everything. And you know what? That sounds like a personal problem. You need to go to therapy because you're not about to take that out on me and insult me.
Right.
Exactly.
And I just be sitting here like you listen to some y'all. I hear some conversations, and I'm like, do you know how ridiculous you sound?
Right.
And then you really start to add layers to it and ask extra questions to peel back. And I was like, oh damn, you hate your mama. So you really need to go to therapy.
Yes.
Right.
I'm like
you said, yeah, we don't care, but it's like until you're using this other race of woman as a weapon or a device against us, then that's when we get to talking and trying to run y'all over with a car or something. But other than that, we really don't care.
we don't.
We really don't.
We really don't. Like I want y'all to know that, like, love who you gonna love, but don't be talking about shit about none of us because we gonna whoop your ass. And that's just it's just like we gonna call you out on it, like for real. We gonna call you out. We gonna call you out because I feel like how are we still even having this conversation in 2022? Yeah. There's certain things I can't even believe that we still even having conversations about.
Yes.
So I mean, hey, just be prepared. Don't come on none of our timelines with that bullshit because we're gonna check you. We're gonna check you. Yeah. It's man. So okay, we talked about insecure. We talked about dating relationships. What is the what would be the perfect show for y'all? Like we talk about how shows don't end. What is something you would want to see us as Black people? What's the next thing that y'all would love to see us portrayed in?
Well, first of all,
genre.
Bigger needs a third season. I mean, that's a really good show. So,
you know what? I've only watched like half an episode, and I was needing to go back, but I heard nothing but good stuff about it.
It's really good.
So we probably need to talk about it when I catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran into a BET exec one day, and I was like, gonna run up on. I was gonna run, but I said, "Wait, you don't work there no more." I was like, "I can't go off on you." But that's the thing. It's just like, okay, man, I should text Tristan and see what he's doing. Okay, because one of the guys, like we talked about it, and I was just saying, he was just saying how like people really liked it, but when they told him that they wasn't getting another season, that they pretty much was like, oh, you didn't have star power, like y'all didn't have a star. And I was like, but then have somebody pop in, or it's like create a star off of this show. Right. Because when I went through like BET Plus's like page, like they really didn't talk about it. And now y'all put it on BET for people to see like season 2. So I'm like, okay, are y'all trying to test to see because y'all are hearing things? But to me, it was very low impact, which is great. We don't need all the drama all the time, but it was very relatable. And I liked how they was exploring what's the light-skinned cat on there? What was his name on there? I know his name in real life. I can't remember it, but
I can't think of it.
well, I know his name's Chase in real life. So like his area of like losing his job and or quitting the job and trying to follow his passion, having mental health issues, and you see like all the other like it was very. I felt like it was like my circle of friends.
Yeah.
Us trying to navigate and figure shit out, and I think that was really dope. I was so angry.
I know. And BT Plus has all of these shows. I'm like, why didn't this one get renewed? There's so many shows on there. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Anna, what about you? What would your perfect show be? Like, what would it be around? Let's say that. Give us a premise. Sell us a show.
I'm really into like sci-fi or Afro sci-fi, and they had it right with Lovecraft.
I knew
they
you was
really,
gonna say
really
that.
did.
I know it.
That and if I feel like if they had a chance to explore it and expand it, it would give us like that perfect show. I honestly think that Insecure was kind of perfect. Honestly, it was just completely relatable, as a whole. Everything wasn't figured out. We weren't certain about everything, and we just lived. So, but I would say something kind of on the lines of Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Like that, with the magic and all of that stuff. I love all that stuff. So.
I'm with you. I'm hella into Afro futurism, and that would be my perfect show as well. Something because I tell people I'm like I'm low key kind of very weird. I'm into sci-fi, horror films. So that would be something like merging that with elements of Jordan Peele. I mean, which that would be my ultimate series or movie. Because it like Insecure, like anything Black for the most part, like I like that we all have dialogues about it. It creates, this space for us where we feel safe, where we could talk about different things and not just like I love getting on Twitter, tweeting during, like Insecure after and just seeing like the posts go up on Facebook about it too, so I think that's something I definitely miss. I don't know when we're gonna get the next Issa show. Because it's not much that I really watch for real. I watch Insecure. I watch Claws. So I've been trying to save the episodes because it's this last season. Shout out to one of the writers, my friend Darren. He went to Webster.
Okay.
And shout out to him. He is also writing for Kings of Napa on.
Oh,
yes, okay. Yes. So we out here, we thriving, we flourishing in these Webster streets because one of the writers from Girlfriend, she went to Webster. Her name is D LaDuke. I'm like, can we call Mara? Can we just get a movie because she already got it written. She said it. She has a deal with Netflix. Just give us the damn movie. Shit, we'll be happy.
Right.
Yeah.
And
do you watch Harlem?
I did watch Harlem. I did enjoy that. I binged that so fast, and I figured that her ass was up. I said, "Oh, she real naked on this red carpet."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Huh, she looked good."
Yeah,
she looked good, making good look great, and I just was like, "Soon."
Yes,
it's coming. And sure enough, I said, "Yeah, that's why her ass is like, oh, I'm getting back to me."
Right.
Somebody said, I know she glad she don't have to wake up early on Sunday anymore. I was like, y'all are terrible people. Y'all are so terrible.
Man, I you know what? It's so funny. It is sad, but I didn't know niggas still went up for Megan Good like that. And I think she's a beautiful girl. Yeah. But the flooding of my timeline on all platforms was wild. Like they could not it, and I'm like, more than half of y'all don't even have a chance.
Right.
I'm sending us like the screenshots of what you said to her. I said, I, so
You know,
that
in a man's mind, it don't matter what he look like when he think he got a chance with anything and everything that he puts his mind to. So you can't tell them nothing.
you can't. So how about this? Get to the damn bag, because a lot of y'all broke niggas is out here saying a lot of bullshit to people and imposing your thoughts. And I was like, broke. I could just tell by the way that you talk.
Dang.
Broke. I'm tired of it. Like man.
Mm-mm.
Like I said, it's just crazy because I felt like these last couple of months of 2021, everybody was breaking up, and I was just like, hold on, I'm single. Figure
Right.
that shit out, because I need extra people trying to get these niggas, and it ain't that many of them out there to begin with.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
I ain't getting on no dating app. I'm just not. I'm not doing it.
Oh no. Did
And
y'all
I
see
heard
the
what's on the dating apps in St. Louis, so
Child.
no. Why somebody? Okay, so some white dude matched with my sister, right?
Oh no.
Why he say he live in a Peabody's?
What?
Y'all, the Peabody's are a project in St. Louis. I just want y'all to know. And my sister was like, she's like, who is this person that's trying to scam me? I said somebody in the Peabody. She's like, or some Nigerian person
Right.
saying he lived in the Peabody's. And somebody else said they lived in the JVL. I was just like, and they white? Yeah, girl. She's like, he asked me, what am I looking for? And I said, I'm looking for somebody not to scam me. She's like, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm waiting for him to unmatch with me.
Jeez. Mm-mm.
Did you guys see the one girl that I think it was the Bumble app, and she matched with like this older white man, and they found her like deceased in her home? Did y'all?
Yes, I did hear about that.
Wow.
And they're like,
I think she was like an influencer.
yeah, she was. She was like popular. Yeah. And so
Yeah,
that's scary.
That'd be the thing. It's like those are things that make me so afraid.
Yeah.
And like, you can't pick me up. You can't no, like
right.
It dating shouldn't be this complex.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like when we tell men stories of us dating as women, the catcalling, the threats, where how you always feel backed into a corner to exchange your information with somebody. Because you don't know how they're gonna respond to the rejection. And they're like, women don't know how to take it. No, let's not add women to this. Yes, everybody feelings get hurt being rejected. We know that. But does that entitle you to trying to beat my ass?
Right.
Like, or kill me, or call me all types of bitches and hoes? Like, I remember, what was that, like the year before last, a girl was catcalled like in Brooklyn or something. And she didn't take the dude's advances, and he knocked her upside the head with a skateboard.
Yeah, I remember that.
It should not, dating should not be a dangerous game for women at all. It's just like, you know what, we went out and it didn't work, and that's cool.
And that's it.
Everybody not, and men get very, it's this whole thing of women want a meal. Y'all just go out to eat and all this stuff. Yeah, I do. We do.
That's
but
called
you also have to know who you talking to and what you're dealing with. You can kind of sense things out the gate, and that's not our problem that you can't discern that somebody is hungry. That don't have nothing to do with us. But it's like, I'm not in the business of wasting people's time either, because I don't like my time wasted.
Right.
And I try to give people a chance that I might not necessarily go for, and I'm just like, I'm wasting my time. So
yeah,
pray for us, Anna, me, and Alex.
I definitely will.
So I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Now that, like, I feel like we always do see that the dating shows. I would like to see a show. I'm gonna write it.
Come on.
Maybe somebody re-entering the dating world, and they have been
Mm.
so far removed for a long time, and they trying to navigate,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe them trying to like have a good time, slip up, and things happen, weird shit. I think that could be kind of fun to see too.
Yeah.
You always see it from, oh, this person is tussling with this person, like they don't know if they want to get back together with them, and then you have the friend that's always married. No, like let's explore all these niggas is breaking up. What we gonna do?
Yeah.
I've been married for 15 years. You've been married for 5. So what we doing?
Right.
That could be kind of fun.
I like the premise of that.
Yeah.
I do.
Girl. I might have something.
Yeah.
I might, because the stories that it's funny because, like, okay, everybody knows my sister's getting divorced. You know, is going through a divorce. I talked about it on the show, and the stories that she's telling me, I'm like, she always, I used to live through you, like when you would tell me your dating stories, because weird stuff will always happen to me. But the stuff that she is telling me, like the guy trying to scam her, that's saying he live in a Peabody's, like what?
Oh, God.
And I also still wonder how does catfish still exist?
Oh, right. That makes no sense.
It makes no sense, though. I enjoy watching it, but it's just also it's like how?
Yeah, like
how? So I don't know, y'all. We might be onto something. Tell us your crazy stories, you know, Alex, and we can fuse something together. You know, even tell us. Because even my sister's, like when she was married, her married stories, like things that her ex would do, it would crack me up.
Really?
And I was just like, it's no way. But I don't know. I might be into the bag. I might write a feature about something.
That's a good idea.
Definitely.
Oh man. So how are y'all though? How is St. Louis treating y'all? I love to ask my St. Louis people this either before or after the show. Because it's COVID.
I mean, St. Louis is cool. I don't think much has changed really. You know, I'm always happy to like get out of town any chance I can get. I think working from home for like the last 2 years has kind of been a downer. So I'm a little bit excited when we actually do get to go back in the office, even if it's on a 2-3 day, you know, type of hybrid type of work week. So I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah. We've been traveling. I love my city, but it's a fool. It's a fool here. Like
you was just in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like when you travel, you can really see the difference between where you live and where you come from and then what you're experiencing now. And St. Louis is so behind, unnecessarily behind. And it makes me upset because, like, even a city like Phoenix, it's not that big. Everything is spaced out, but they got a system that works. And it's beautiful. I mean, I can't tell you what the crime and stuff is, but I don't live there, but it's eons, better than St. Louis. And our city has the potential to be like an elite city, but it's so fucking segregated for no reason. And then nightlife stuff. Everything is either way in North County somewhere. It's not that much to do downtown. If you're not going to a brunch or maybe like House of Soul or something like that, it's really not much going on. So we're mostly just focusing on just traveling and then just coming back and living.
It's so weird because I thought by now, like downtown, because when I left, downtown was like up and coming. Like y'all had Culinaria.
Yeah, I think is that closed now?
What?
Wait, what was it?
Culinaria is owned by Schnook. It's like a boutique. It was really cute.
It was like 9th and I forget. It's like right on that corner. I know what you're talking about because I went in there once to pick up something.
Girl, they had some sprinkle cake. I was all up in there.
Yeah, and it was like a nice little setup, but I don't know if it's open. I may be wrong, but
I know a lot of things took a hit during the pandemic. But and I tell people that I'm like, well, describe St. Louis to people, or when people from out of town, it's like, oh, St. Louis is really nice. It was nicer than what I thought. And I'm like, it has so much potential because there's so many creatives there. They just don't know how to exert their energy into those spaces. So I know. I mean, shout out to Neil Richardson. Him being working under what's her name? Tashara is the mayor.
Tashara Jones.
Yeah. So they trying to get it together.
Yeah.
I hope they figure it out because it's so much. Actually, one of the people that's on Bigger, the majority of his family, they all live in St. Louis. A lot of them.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And so when he put on his story the other day, I said, "Oh, I said, is that St. Louis?" I knew the vacant lots. And I knew the vacant lots and like the structure of the building. And so he was like, "Oh yeah, that's St. Louis." I said, "Yeah, that's the north side." And he said, "Yeah, it is." I said, "What street your grandma live on?" So he's like, we talking about it, and I was just like, he was like, "Well, it's like literally my grandma's house and like a couple of other houses. Everything is just like abandoned or vacant lots." I said, "Hey, y'all better try to get that block before a developer come through.
Yeah.
Y'all be sitting on something if y'all decided that y'all wanted to sell and or just keep it in y'all family." I was like, tell her in the meantime to mow the lots around her house.
Yeah.
The easiest way to come into it. But St. Louis is something special. I will say that it is, and I hold it near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta stay there.
Yeah. That's how I feel. Like, I love my city. I love St. Louis to the death, but it just feels like it's just dead. Like, it's eerie in a way, and it's clicking. Like, a lot of people kind of just stay in a group. Yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of sad. When you drive through, you have the beautiful areas, like your old stomping ground, but it's just like, damn, this could be so much more. And I don't know why they don't take advantage of the potential that we have. Yeah, and we just got awarded that 750 million thing with that whole football situation. Right. I wonder what they're gonna do with that.
Girl,
we ain't gonna see it.
You said what?
Launder it, put it, funnel it into some other shit so it can funnel into my pocket. I think the issue in St. Louis is the issue that's wrong with our government as a whole. A lot of people are in roles that are too fuck what y'all can say I'm ageist, but I'm gonna say it. That's too fucking old. That's trying to keep up certain things that it's no way that St. Louis should be desegregated in 2022.
Girl.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Same thing with our country. We got a lot of senators, congressmen, councilmen, presidents. I'm sorry. You're old. Your method of thinking is outdated. Yes, I said that in a British accent.
Outdated.
But it's time for them to move on.
Yeah.
And all of it always comes back to they always say, oh, it's a money thing, or if they got rid of this or that, they can get rid of this, they should get rid of that. Just like the numbers that came out, that if they had deleted student loans, 40% of Black people would have more money. Why would y'all want to have money? Money is not real any fucking way. But okay, since it's here, why would y'all not want us to have more money that we could funnel back into the economy?
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all saw how important our buying dollars and our selling power is when we didn't shop for Black Friday, after protests for Mike Brown. So I think that the conversation is we have to start having conversations amongst our peers, because we know what white people is on. Y'all don't want us to be in us. That's cool. Well, we don't want to be in your space. Stop taking our shit. Let us be.
Yeah.
Move the fuck on, you unseasoned.
Yeah. And see, that puts us back into that loop of being segregated because we don't want to be bothered with that shit. We really don't. Like, we just want to go out, have a good time, spend our money like everyone else, and then we go into those spaces and you can feel that they do not want us there.
Yeah.
They do everything else but short of asking what the fuck are you doing here. You can feel it.
Yeah.
So
and I know that firsthand, like working at a place like Saks in Beverly Hills, and you have a athlete come in with a $200 million contract, and they just trying to get some shoes, and security followed them around, and I'm like, why are you following them? Do you know who that is? Take out your phone, put this name in. You can see how much money they had. I shouldn't have had to do that.
Right.
And
buy that whole store up.
Yeah, and it's just, and that's really what it be like. One of Eddie Murphy kids acted a plum fool one day about that shit. Like, and they had every right to. Like my daddy Eddie Murphy, and I'm just trying to shop. And y'all up here following us like we can't see. You're not even discreet. Like you are loud and raw. And a lot of times, like when we would have people do stuff, it don't ever really be the black people. You might get your scammer here and there.
Yeah, you little booster,
But like, it would never be. I'm like, it would never be. They don't be black people. It'd be everybody else. And I'm like, told you. So this was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like let's set something up to like do something once the world is open and the COVID numbers don't exist.
Right.
Like have a dialogue and do something live in St. Louis. That would be fun.
That would be
definitely.
But everybody, thank you for tuning in. Tell everybody where they can find you guys on social media.
You can find us at It's the Bark on Twitter. Also by the same name on Instagram. Please follow us. We follow back. Like Alex said, we do everything from womanhood, travel, positive imagery, all of that stuff. Personally, you can find me on Instagram at Stacey Ruck. That's STASIRUK. You can find me there on Instagram and Twitter. Also, the blog, getthemarket.com. Please get our numbers up, y'all. Please follow.
Yes, we have a dope website. So it's very tedious, like putting all that work into the website. So definitely www.itsthebarker.com. You can follow me on Instagram at always.alexandria. And on Twitter, I'm Lexi the Blogger. So
yes, please support. Drive traffic to their page. And so they can show those numbers. So sponsored posts, ads and all that stuff. That's how people making money nowadays. Everybody always talks about that and how we need the traffic on our sites. The engagement, all of that stuff. Leave a comment.
Yes,
whatever, because those things they matter. They really do matter, and we are independently owned and operated Black businesses. So to speak, we are. So we want your money. We want you to come to the site. We want you to click. So and don't just come and type it in and then leave because there's this thing called a bounce rate.
Yeah.
So we want you to stay for a while.
Yes, please.
You won't be disappointed.
You won't. When I tell y'all they site is dope, it's really dope. So
thank you.
I ain't talking shit. I'm telling you what I know. Don't forget to shop the candles. It's saint-angelus.com/candles. I have a new scent dropping, and I'll have another one dropping for Valentine's Day. And I might have something a little promo, have it in the next couple of days once I get these labels and make sure they right.
Okay.
So so like, subscribe, and share this with all your friends. I want to keep this going. I love having real raw conversations. That's why it's called Whiskey Sour Libations of Conversation. Shout out to our not sponsored. And I will see y'all back here next week.
Bye.